Hey Dragon Slayers. So today's video discusses how when your income depends on believing a certain thing, you tend to believe it. Upton Sinclair once wrote that it is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends upon his not understanding it. This law of human nature sounds dishonest on its face. However, it does not necessarily mean that your doctor is dishonest. The way the current system is set up, a family doctor will never get in trouble with the state medical board for telling you to eat fewer calories, eat whole grains, eat low fat, and eat less salt, even though his counseling has been shown in multiple meaningful studies to be terrible advice and to almost never work for anyone. His income and his future as a doctor are perfectly safe if he simply repeats this foolishness daily for the rest of his career. This advice helps no one. All his patients end up feeling guilty and give up because it's impossible for them to follow this advice. The surgeon will never get into trouble with the state medical board for performing bariatric surgery, even though his patients can end up with long term problems and very uncomfortable lives. They can even gain the weight back, assuming they have no devastating surgical complications in the operating room. A signed waiver legally protects the surgeon from these. The endocrinologist is safe with the medical board when they prescribe an insulin pump, even in a patient whose pancreas still makes insulin. He or she is even safe in prescribing medications so expensive that the patient is guaranteed to never be able to afford them. Now, let's suppose that a doctor, through thinking, reading, and researching, comes up with a diet plan, pill, or shot that will cure this overweight diabetic patient permanently. What can and what should they do with this treatment? If this doctor started trying to tell the world about this new tool to cure obesity and diabetes, how would they go about it? In our culture, they would advertise. This is how we spread the word about new discoveries from which other people could benefit. Therefore, this doctor would take out ads in the newspaper, get a website, create a Facebook page, and proceed to tell the world about this new tool he has discovered. He would proudly proclaim to the world that none of the other tools that doctors had told them about were necessary. They only needed this new tool, and their obesity and diabetes would go away, and they could see and finally be healthy and happy indefinitely. Can you guess what would happen next? This doctor would quickly receive a not so nice letter from his medical board telling him to stop advertising this tool immediately. Even worse, they might even receive a summons from the board with a threat of a fine. The medical board might even take action against his medical license, such as suspending it or revoking it, even if the tool does, in fact, work better than any other tool out there. Regardless of whether it's the best tool ever invented to cure obesity and diabetes, the medical board wouldn't care and wouldn't want to hear about it because it's not what they deem to be the way to do things. They are only interested in the status quo. It's very unfortunate and sad truth, but that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.